Tonight on the podcast, we have
Left 4 Dead 2 and Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Jungle Book and Arkham Knight.
old movies and a podcast about video games.
Marvel vs. DC and the PlayStation 2.
Hey, look at that. The gang's all here, minus one very important person. But it's the official Team D.B.A.H podcast number 137. Come join us, why don't you? Hello and welcome to the official Team D.B.A.H podcast number 137. I'm your host tonight, Sin76, otherwise known as Craig, or Hey You, that guy over there. Our Lord and Savior Charles is a bit under the weather today, so he will not be joining us. But we have several amazing people here that, they're all pretty awesome in their own right, First we have Heather.
Hello.
Hi, Heather. How are you doing?
Good. I'm over the weather.
Good. Good. That means you're like taller than Trevor.
Yes.
And way across the pond, well, it's a rather large pond, we have Sir Jamie. How are you, sir?
I'm happy to be here. I just got back from seeing the Queen. She knighted me.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Did you and her have a wonderful American shopping spree in your local grocery store for American food?
Yep. We just bought a load of Lucky Charms, because that's... and Twinkies, that's all there is. That's what America is to the British.
Apparently
that sounds like a fantastic combination, though.
Yeah, that's
They
a lot.
are magically delicious.
Lucky Charms and Twinkles. Twinkles?
Twinkles? Wow! All right. Twinkles. That is going down in the notes. It's not even going to make any sense. I'm just going to write Twinkles and leave it there. And last but not least, we have Mr. Griever. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Glad to be on, as always.
Excellent. Have you created any more Nerf wonderments?
I'm working on a project currently, but it's a little top secret.
Oh,
So I cannot reveal anything right now.
fancy.
Yes.
Will it be done soon, you think, or?
It probably will be. So hopefully
Okay.
once it's all done and I can get it out and let that person enjoy it, all will be revealed.
Excellent, excellent. Good. So, what has everyone been playing? Since this is a video game podcast and all, technically.
That's what this is.
So technically,
Shit.
technically, yes.
You don't
I mean,
usually talk
we
about
just-
that when I'm here, though.
That's right. That's right.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve to derail the podcast.
I thought you were gonna say tricks up your chimney. Don't know why. Thought it was going there.
It's not Christmas yet, Craig.
Well, I mean, he's probably one of his jobs is a chimney sweep. So, that's
I thought
fair.
it was wrangling turkey boys.
that's right.
Yeah. I do
He's
a lot.
secretly Mary
apparently.
Poppins.
No, he's way above Mary Poppins. He outranks her completely, especially since he's in charge of the Turkey Boys and all.
Yeah. It's the reason I got knighted.
That's right. See that?
Full
So, so what have you been playing, Heather? If you can't say Assassin's Creed,
then I can't answer. But we did do Left 4 Dead Friday, and that was fun.
oh yeah, how was that?
It was fun.
Fun?
Yes, it was.
We had a good time. There was a lot of yelling involved, and no one's ever wins at that game. But
No, never.
it's a game, like I said during, it's a game that you have to prepare to lose because all you're going to do. But it's still fun.
But truthfully, we had a lot of fun. So in the end, aren't we all really winners?
Oh,
It's true. I made Charlie really salty at me because I was being annoying. But
I'm perfect. Were you like blowing up barrels next to him?
no,
That
I just
sounds
kept
like a
yelling
win.
at him because he wouldn't go up the ladder.
Oh.
and he was being murdered by other zombies.
So who played with you guys?
It was me, Griever, Dave, George, Randall. Am I missing one?
Charlie.
Charlie. Well,
Charlie.
I thought that was implied.
He was just outside your house trying to climb ladders.
Yeah. He's just yelling at me outside my house. It was a good time. I'm glad to see that there's backwards compatibility stuff on the Xbox now. It works pretty well.
There
Mhm.
is. I have it for the 360, but well, other than the fact I had to work Friday night, if I did play with you guys, I wouldn't have been able to like talk to you.
Well, you can, because you can start a party on the Xbox 360 menu. I
Yeah.
assume. I haven't actually been able to test that yet, but in theory.
I think
'Cause I
when
think-
you're playing backwards compatible games, the dashboard is of the 360. Like,
Well,
Yeah, I
you-
think you actually. I
when
think
no-
technically
when when you boot up the Xbox 360 compatibility thing, mode, whatever it's called, and you push the, I don't know, the start and select on a
the
normal
plugin.
controller,
I
at the same time it brings up the 360 menu,
Yeah.
and you can go to your friends list and all that jazz, like the normal Xbox 360 menu.
and you can
So in
find the
theory, you
achievements
could
in
start a
a much better
party.
way than the one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it still would work because while I was trying to fiddle around and get into the game on Friday since I was running a little late, I by accident turned on my Xbox 360 and it signed me out of the game on the one. So I think it kind of does like a weird like compatibility, like kind of like slave device type of thing. So it might
It's
work.
basically emulating your Xbox 360,
Yeah.
so in theory it should work. We'd have to test that theory.
In
That's,
theory,
that
a
would
lot
be a
of things
good
about
For
the Xbox One
science!
should work.
What was that,
For
Jamie?
science!
In theory, a lot of things for the Xbox One should work.
This is true.
Theory. So now,
Although-
Jamie.
Sorry. I was
Oh
just
no,
gonna say.
go on, please.
I was just gonna say, Microsoft announced this week that they're up to 100 games backwards compatible for the Xbox One.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh.
they've been doing it in stages, and they've just got up to the first 100, so they're pretty happy.
Oh. Actually, I just read today that Microsoft is going to officially stop producing the 360.
Yeah,
That makes sense. If they're making the Xbox One an emulator, then it's kind of silly to keep making
Yeah,
the
I mean, you
360.
can still go and get a 360 for like $100 if you
Mhm.
so choose to.
You're so,
But
so inclined.
yes,
Well, Sony was still producing the PS2 well into the life cycle of the PS3.
that
I
is
know
very
la-
true.
Was it the last FIFA that was still for PS2?
yes.
Whoa. How do you feel about FIFA, Jamie?
I love that FIFA's the only game that's consistently on the PS2. There's like the few 12-year-old kids who just have their older brothers' PS2s, and they're playing FIFA 16 with a hand-me-down controller on a 12-year-old console on a black and white TV or whatever.
With their VCR.
Their
Their
VCR.
VCR.
I imagine it looks more like Pong than it does a football game.
Probably.
That's all it is. It's actually just Pong. They just slap a FIFA logo on it, and they're like, "Yeah, it's the new model."
Yep.
We swear.
It's Pong, but they just slap a footballer's face as the ball.
Yeah.
Exactly, and they draw like a little net and behind, at the end, so it it matches. But that's probably it. So now that you've had both systems, Jamie, which one do you prefer?
Ooh, that's
You-
a tough
you-
question.
Do you go just back and forth, or do you just always gravitate towards one in particular?
I do definitely do some back and forth, and I need to start getting more games for the PS4. Really, I'm kind of waiting for some big exclusives to come out.
Hmm.
That's the thing. I feel like Xbox will always be my default console, but it's nice that I could play any game that just comes out specifically for the PS4.
No, that's a good way to look at it.
It's
Well, Heather, you only have an Xbox, right? What do you have? You have both Griever, or just
No, I just
Xbox.
have I just have the one. Honestly, I'm still a little butthurt over the PS3 hack. So
The
because
PS. Oh, yes. Forgot about
yeah,
that.
because of no one's information got stolen yet somehow mine was, and they
Oh,
they
really?
pretty much just said suck it. So yeah,
All right. Well, yeah, can't blame you for that.
I mean I still have my
That's
PS.
fair.
I still have my PS2 and I love that, but
You've been
I
playing
mean,
FIFA?
oh yeah, I can't wait for FIFA 2017 now.
So,
But
do you
no,
like
I mean
it?
I still
Yeah.
have like all my old stuff for it, like the Sly Cooper trilogy and all my PS1 games and stuff like that. So plus it's a good starter
Spyro the
console for the
Dragon.
kids. Yeah.
That's true.
Speaking of old PS4 games, did you know that they're making a Ratchet and Clank movie?
What?
Yes.
Saw a commercial for it the other day and I was really confused for a second.
They're
Oh,
Like, I know
that's
what that
basic.
is, I think.
Yeah, 3 years ago they also announced the Sly Cooper movie, which I was very upset. They made it look very realistic instead of the cartooniness, but I'll still go see that.
Do you know what it's about, like story-wise, Heather? Or you just saw like a
I have no
commercial
idea because I've
with their
never,
face on it. Oh,
never actually played Ratchet and Clank. But the commercial is very
From-
cartoony, so
I think from what I've gathered from the trailer, I think it's kind of like a retelling of the first game because Ratchet is like finding Clank and you have Captain Quarkett and all. So
oh,
yeah, it's
that's a
either
good
going to
place
be
for anyone to start.
First
game.
loosely based on the first game or possibly like a pseudo prequel, I guess.
it's like a prequel,
Yeah, something like that.
a sort of prequel.
Yeah, it's like it's not entirely all before the first game, but it's like maybe a little bit before the first game, and then it goes into the first game.
According to the Wikipedia, it's an origin story that retells the events of the original Ratchet and Clank game.
Jamie has lost interest.
And done.
And it features many of the voice casts from the actual video game, which is
Oh,
nice.
that's good.
Oh, that's cool. It's nice they keep it consistent.
I mean,
Well-
to be fair, every time they get a big like Hollywood actor to be in a video game movie, it doesn't go well.
Mm,
Anytime Hollywood does a video game movie, it normally doesn't go well.
True.
no. What was actually a
There's
good
a-
video game movie? I didn't mind the first Hitman. It was all right.
I like
I
the
saw-
first Hitman.
I liked Max Payne, but then again, I never played the video game, so I can't really talk.
I saw the trailer for the Angry Birds movie, and it really annoyed me.
I'm gonna be in the far minority on this, but I gotta say I did actually kind of like Doom.
Oh, really? I never saw it.
I never saw it either.
It's cheesy. It's not as bad as everyone makes it out to seem. Yes, they did cut out a lot of the religious elements, like from the game and stuff like that, but for a popcorn movie, it wasn't bad.
It's fair.
Let's say I'm probably in the minority in this too, but I liked Prince Persia.
Actually,
Ah,
that is
yes.
one of I haven't seen it, but that's actually one of the few video game movies that I've heard that is actually, despite the whitewash with Jake Gyllenhaal, is
Yeah.
actually pretty good.
I wonder if
Speaking-
Assassin's Creed's gonna be any good.
I was about to ask that actually.
Oh,
Well, they're
really?
hyping it hardcore, so we'll find out.
I mean, the screens they've been showing they look pretty nice, but the question is, will the movie be good?
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it can look nice as you can polish a turd as much as you want and make it all nice and shiny, but in the end, it's still a turd.
This
I
is
like-
true.
I do like that they're doing their own story and not just like a rehash of one of the video game stories.
Oh, they
yeah,
are.
this is true.
Yeah, it's not a something. My brain broke. It's not like he's not. What's his name? Who's the guy playing him?
He's not like
The
Altair
actor.
or
You're
Ezio.
the
Michael Fassbender.
Thank you, Michael Fassbender.
Magneto.
He isn't playing like Desmond or Ezio or anything or Altair or anything. He's playing his
Oh,
own
he's-
assassin.
He's his
So-
own assassin. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you
So-
know? What time period it takes place in?
Oh, I forgot. Let me see if I can find that article again. I don't particularly remember. I think it's during. I don't know. Let me look it up.
To
something
the
else.
internet.
I'm trying to look it up. I'm struggling.
The internet knows everything.
Ugh.
Not everything. Well, maybe most things.
15th century Spain.
There you go.
And I was just pulling it up on IMDb.
So, like before Assassin's Creed 2-ish, or after it.
It depends, because the Renaissance was near there.
Spanish Inquisition, maybe?
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yes. Michael Fassbender is going to play the character of Callum Lynch. And I guess the one he time jumps or whatever it is that you do in the game, his assassin name is going to be Aguilar. I probably butchered that, but
Huh. Interesting.
Wonder if they'll have
See?
him jump in hay.
Hey, you want him to jump in hay?
oh my
They
god,
got
that'd
it
be
though.
amazing.
That's like a trademark,
They'll,
right?
they'll have that.
That's
But-
true. And then they have to have the little bird effect in the background too when he does it.
Yeah.
And I
I-
hope he just has a bird that dives with him. Dives, not dies.
Dives, diving bird.
Dive.
Well, we know in the very last episode of Immersion that Rooster Teeth is going to do. Bernie said they're going to do that for the finale. Find out if it will actually be survivable.
All right, who's sacrificing themselves today?
I reckon they'll make like a sly in joke to it. Like he'll fall out of a building or something, land in it, and be like, "I can't believe I lived."
It's like
That's-
Indiana Jones, like falling off the building, and falling onto the awning, and then it's like falling off onto the street.
Yeah.
That's a lot of falling.
It's
That is a
true.
lot of fun.
A lot of falling.
With style.
I have a theory that Indiana Jones knew he was in a movie and knew he couldn't die. So that's why
Wait.
he just got to the point. I reckon like Indiana
Elaborate.
Jones,
Yeah. Yeah.
like he knew the movie was called Indiana Jones. He knew he was in the movie. No one else did. So he knew things could happen. So like he's in a plane crash. He's like, "All right, we're gonna live. What do we have? We have a boat. Yeah, that'll work." Jumps out in a boat. Fine. He's in the desert. Bomb's about to go off. Gets in the fridge. Fine.
Is that why you think he does like ridiculous stuff to get out of things?
Basically, he just gets. He's like, "All right, there's a bomb about to go off. There's about 50 whatever minutes of the movie left. Probably not gonna die yet. I'll just get in the fridge."
Probably not gonna die yet.
Damn.
It's like, "Oh, that guy's got a sword. He's throwing it about a bit. I'll just shoot him in the head."
And there you have it.
Well, he only did that because he had dysentery.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, or that's how the story goes anyway. That's right. So, and if anyone listening to this doesn't know what the hell we're talking about, that scene in Indiana Jones.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm lost.
So when like
so
his
you
famous
know,
scenes
there's
from the first
always
movie.
yeah, you know, there's always people chasing him, right? So
Right.
A
they're
lot of times
trying
with swords.
with this time with giant swords. They're chasing him through the town, and you know they have him cornered, and then this huge dude comes up, who is actually the stunt coordinator. It's a random fact. You know, he comes out and like everyone moves away, and it's just Indiana Jones and this giant guy like squaring off. The guy takes out his sword. He's like moving it all around, doing all these moves, and he finishes. And then Indiana Jones takes out his gun and just shoots him.
Right, I remember that part.
And then like he kind of just like looks at the camera like, oh,
It's like it's my movie.
that's what happened. But as the legend goes, he allegedly was not feeling well that day and really had to not be on the set at that moment in time. He had to go. You know what I mean?
It's like really interesting about a lot of old movies. Just like you read up about 'em, like a lot of bad things on sets in like old movies. Like people would get sick all the time, or people would have accidents that hurt themselves.
Mm-hmm.
There's
And it's like,
that one really old one. I don't remember what it is, but it's like kind of like it's like Noah's Ark or something like that. And they basically just like drowned a bunch of extras in an accident.
Wow.
Yeah, they really weren't too concerned with normal. I mean, safety was like, oh yeah, look out for that boulder, but you should move.
Things are gonna be moving. Watch out.
Well, I think it was also like how like good, or I guess in a case bad, of the director you're working with, because I think it was in Poltergeist when they fall into like that mud pit and all those skeletons start coming out. Yeah, apparently those were real cadavers. So, and real
Really?
bones. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one too.
I did not know that. That is a new one for me.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, how could you do that to your, your people? And it's like, they wanted realism. It was like, you could fake realism that good.
there's
But
a
like, and then Ben Hur, there's the chariot race, and they're like, how do we make a chariot race look real? Let's just actually do a chariot race. And so like half the things like flying over are like people just actually chariot racing.
Oh,
yeah, there's a thing with the first Scream movie, the bit with Drew Barrymore where she's getting all upset. That
yeah.
was because the director was just telling her stories about animals getting hurt. Like, and that was to keep her in an emotional state. He was just telling her really horrible stories about animals because she likes animals.
No, that's
Yeah,
that's one way to make
whoever-
someone cry.
Whoever did The Shining was constantly like berating the lady that was in there, and like basically would like have loud noises happen all the time towards her and stuff like that. Basically, so when she's having a nervous breakdown in the movie, she's actually having a nervous breakdown in real life because he's just stressing her
Yeah,
out
they were
so
just
badly.
constantly keeping her on edge to make her play the
Well-
character properly.
They also did that in the first Blair Witch Project. Like, they, like, even though like the whole found footage thing and all, yeah, basically all like the noises and like the, like when they're in the tent and they start like hearing things rustling around and it like collapses on them. Yeah, that was the crew. That was like the crew that they actually did have, just like seriously screwing with them, and it like genuinely terrified them because they had no idea what was going on.
Did not
You mean
know
it
that
wasn't
either.
actually found footage? My
My
life's a
No,
lie.
Yes, and they're all really dead.
Or are they?
I've never seen the
Bum,
Blair
bum,
Witch
bum.
Project.
Actually,
I can't-
another random.
I
yeah,
can't do shaky cam.
No. Is that
It's
why you
basically
can't play
every
first-person
action movie
shooters?
this day.
Well, yeah, actually, sometimes that's why I can't play first-person shooters because I can't tell what's happening.
I'm usually okay. I'm okay with those. Usually, my wife is the one that hates like the found footage things and all. But I remember when we went to go see Cloverfield, even that was making me nauseous because it was just
That one, I was like, I'm staying far away from that one.
yeah.
And also, I saw Hardcore Henry. I didn't see Hardcore Henry, but like I saw the trailer for it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can do that either.
See, now, video games and movies like that don't bother me, but can't do roller coasters.
Well, I can't do roller coasters because I'm acrophobic, but that's besides the point.
So that might have to do with also like the speed involved. My brain's saying torque, but that's not the word I
Torque,
want.
close enough. Well, it's, Magic Space Mountain. What is that right in Disney? Space Mountain?
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain only
Magic
goes
Space
30.
Mountain.
Magic Space Mountain? It only goes 35 miles an hour.
Oh, really?
But since it's like in, pitch black darkness, that's why it's freaky.
Yeah.
But
I got scared by the alien in Disney. That's all I remember from my trip to Disneyland when I was tiny.
The alien. What? Wait, what?
There was I don't know
Oh,
what
You
it
know,
was for.
Pluto.
Oh,
Miles was
I know
talking
what you're
about it.
talking
He
about.
named the ride, but it was like there's this. It's the Lilo and Stitch one now, but it was like this large alien thing in this containment chamber, and it breaks out of the containment chamber, and I was like 6, and I started crying.
I know exactly what you're talking about, Heather. I actually did that. I was like 16, and it actually did scare me too.
It was terrifying because they had like the seats moving, like it was rushing past you, and I was like,
And
I
this
don't
was
want
on
to
a
be in
ride?
here anymore. Yeah, it was a ride. It was like kind of. It was like
It was
you
a
were
quote
in.
unquote ride. You were pretty much strapped in, like you were going on a ride, and it was supposed to be like this whole like teleport thing is gonna send you to Mars and all that stuff, and instead they wind up like teleporting in this like cross between like the xenomorph from Aliens and the things that hatch out of the meatballs in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, and it quote unquote escapes, and they
Oh.
like lock everything down and they shut the lights off, and behind you you have like little like air jets, so it's like it breathes on you, and like you can feel it kind of grabbing your ankles and stuff, and that kind of stuff kind of freaks me out a little bit. So yeah, that's why, you know, 10 years as senior, I was still a little freaked out at it.
Freaky. Does anything scare you, Jamie?
Anything.
Nothing.
There are things.
Just
A
things.
Turkey Boy
Like, well,
revolution.
would a ride like that freak you out, or you'd be okay?
It's not really rides. It's just
I'd probably be okay now.
So you think?
yeah.
So I think it's gone now, so I would never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
I got fears about things that actually do exist. Like I hate like learning about the type of animals that existed that were huge. Like the
Oh.
Yeah, you don't
really
want to be alive in the
Yeah.
the Permian area.
it's like I was playing.
Prehistoric. Couldn't remember the words, so I said one of the
Heather's
periods.
having a wonderful time with words tonight. If you haven't noticed.
It's like the game Ark. If you play that
Mhm.
really dives into my fear. Like the dinosaurs I can deal with, but there's like these really giant snakes and these really big sharks and shit like that.
Mhm.
And then when
Giant
you
tigers.
realize, and then it's like these things did exist on this planet at one point. That's great. You know? It's like you see those movies sometimes where it's like they find this cave and open it, and there's an ancient species still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be that one day that'll come up on the news, and that'll be the day I leave the planet. They'll be like, "We just found some of these giant snakes. It's still alive." Like, no,
We're gonna defrost them.
it's like I saw the new Jungle Book movie.
I was about to say that.
This week.
Yeah, how
And-
was that?
It was good.
It was very
But-
pretty.
Two of the animals creeped me out because they played into my fear of overly sized animals.
Was it the large
No.
snake?
Which were the snake, I assume?
The really giant snake and the really giant gorilla, orangutan. What? Yeah.
You
Oh,
were
wasn't that-
scared of King
wasn't-
Louis?
King
Wasn't he
Louis.
voiced by Bill Murray?
No, that was the blue.
Christopher
Christopher
Walken.
Walken was King Louis.
That's
like his
kind of
voice
Okay,
is great.
that is scary.
He was an enjoyable character, except he was just huge. Like
Also,
his
he's
hand
not
was
a
about
bad
the size
singer.
of the kid. No, he can do I Want to Be Like You pretty well. But it's
Huh.
just like there's a whole bit where like the monkey's sitting down, it's huge, and it's like in the shadows, it's like takes up the entire room and all the little
Yep.
monkeys and the boy are running around. And then it gets up on its feet and like gets outside and starts screaming, and you just see how big it is moving around, and you're like, if that thing actually existed, I would start a war against that country.
Oh.
Like
So,
I wouldn't kill animals because that's a bad thing to do, but I would probably stop animals. Like I would want to do something about something getting too big.
so I shouldn't tell you that they want to like clone like woolly mammoths, and I think a couple of years ago, or was it maybe last year, that these scientists found like perfectly preserved like prehistoric wolves.
Oh, that'd be
Ooh,
sick.
dire wolves?
Possibly.
Nice.
So you're soon you maybe you'll have a woolly mammoth in your backyard.
If it could fit in my backyard, it wouldn't be too bad.
All right, but
It
you'll
was
have
bigger than that.
But what would you name it?
Fred.
Spencer.
Yeah, that works.
So
I'd call it Manny.
you can do
There
that.
you go.
I mean, it's your woolly
Woolly.
mammoth. So,
Woolly.
you could name it Stampy, I guess.
I want to get one of those hairless caps and call it Fluffy.
See, now that would be funny.
I could go over to someone's house. It'd be in like a little cage. It'd be like, "Oh, can you just get the brush and brush Fluffy?" They open the cage and just pull out this thing, and they're like,
Oh, that actually
great
sounds like a
joke.
Monty Python skit.
It does.
It
I'd walk
should
out the room, come back in, and be like, "What did you do?"
be.
And then make them give me money to buy a new cat. It's the perfect con.
It really is, and then Jamie never gets a new cat. He just steals the hairless cat back, and he just keeps doing it. Actually, another thing I remembered of weird things from movies, and Indiana Jones. My brain just like went backwards for a second. In what do you call it? In the Temple of Doom, when Kate Capshaw, she's like trying to save them from the wall, them crushing the wall.
Oh, the bugs.
The bugs.
Oh yeah.
So first off, all those bugs were real.
Nice.
So all those bugs were real, but before they filmed that scene, she had a choice. It was either bugs, snakes, or rats.
I would have done rats.
She picked bugs.
Rats
Sounds
are
like
adorable.
a challenge in a Survivor show.
Fucking
I
love rats.
I would have picked snakes, probably. What would you guys have picked?
Rats. Or
None?
snakes. Both of them are fine. Both of them are adorable.
If I had to
I'm a
choose,
strange
I
person.
think I'd most probably be better off with the rats.
All right. What
But if
about
you think about it, in the original trilogy, they actually did go through all three of those. Because in Raiders of the Lost Ark, when he found the Ark, it was a giant room full of snakes. Then you had the bugs, and then in the Last Crusade, the sewer full of rats. They got all three of them in anyway.
And then by 4 they had aliens.
We don't talk about that.
Huh.
I had no problem with that movie, but I'm the only one.
You're the only one.
Yeah.
That's okay, because I can start a fight with Jamie right now.
Uh-oh. Wait, about what?
Excuse me?
I saw Batman versus Superman this weekend.
Okay.
Oh, did you like it? Is that what the fight's about?
It wasn't as bad as I was expecting it after listening to the podcast with you.
That's the way to do it.
Because
To be fair, it might be because you were prepared. You had no standards, so there's only up from there.
Expectations.
it might have been that, but yeah, it wasn't that bad. I actually enjoyed it more than Man of Steel. So
I would say I do as well, but still not a thing. Man of Steel didn't leave an impression on me.
no, I watched Man of Steel and I was like, okay, I saw it.
I still don't know what happens.
Look, Superman.
I still haven't seen either of those movies. I'm way behind. Though I don't know if I really want to see Batman. I mean, I kind of want to see it since everyone said they've hated it so much. That makes part of my brain want to see it, as stupid as that train of thought sounds.
With
See,
Batman
it's a
versus
game I'll make a
Superman-
drinking game out of later.
Yeah.
There you go. I would say with Batman versus, you can skip Man of Steel because that really was meh.
They go over most of Man of Steel in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah,
They pretty much showed that whole important bit of Man of Steel, which was the bit of Zod going mental.
yeah. Basically, the important parts of Man of Steel are within the first 10-15 minutes of the movie. But yeah, I would say see Batman versus Super. If you have any inclination of it, wait till it comes out on DVD and Netflix it or Redbox it or whatever. But
Wait until they release
The 4-hour version.
The
Yeah, wait
4-hour
until they
version.
release the ultimate version with that whole subplot about Barbara Gordon and see how
my.
that fits into the movie.
I don't care. She's cool.
She's a
I
cool
like Barbara
character.
Gordon.
Yeah, for such a long movie, they still left a lot open. It definitely was a little too much for one movie.
There's definitely scenes that were just so disconnected from the plot they could have easily just been cut.
Yeah, like the whole apocalypse thing, that was definitely just very randomly put into where it's okay, this is gonna happen eventually. Honestly, that could have been a post-credit scene, really. So
That or the scene where they go through the files and see all the other metahumans. Both of those scenes were like extras. They didn't feel like a bit that should take up the movie. That should like break up the actual plot of the movie for.
From what I've
Yeah.
heard, it's like they tried really hard to put Justice League in there, and that's kind of where they
yeah,
Pretty much.
they were pretty heavy-handed with it. But yeah, I mean, I gotta say, Batfleck, he was good. I have to say that I was hoping for it to be good, and it was actually good. The rest of it was kind of like, all right, it played out. There was a little too much in it. This was stupid, and Doomsday looked like the cave troll from Lord of the Rings. But over and all, I mean, yeah, it really wasn't as it didn't deserve all the vitriol, but I can see where people went with it, like Jamie.
I think it's because a lot of DC fans really want to be able to have like a good DC film. Not that there's like the DC TV shows are really good, but the
Yeah.
films have been lacking.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
think they're just everyone had so much high hopes, and that's why they're a bit hard on it.
Yeah. Well, the first thing they got to do is, and I think you may have mentioned this, Jamie, is don't let Zack Snyder direct anymore. Just no. Take it away from him. Be like, no, thank you. You've done enough. Thank you. And I mean, I know they were trying to go for their whole, well, Marvel did the Avengers thing. We can do the Justice League. They're just as popular and just as good. And it's like, yeah, but if you don't do it right, it's not going to work, regardless of it. So
Yeah.
Well, that and they try to do what Avengers did in 4 movies of setting out in like 1 movie.
yeah, basically.
Because like the first couple of Avengers movies weren't just there to set up the Avengers. They're like,
Yeah,
we're
it
going
was-
to actually tell the story of this person.
Yeah.
to lead into the Avengers, you had 2 Iron Man movies, a Thor, and a Captain America.
And a Hulk.
Before, oh yeah, and the Hulk. I
Okay.
keep forgetting about that one. So
Used
yeah,
to be
you
a
had
Hulk.
you had two Iron Man, a Hulk, a Thor, and a Captain America movie. And within those other movies, you had like the smaller Avengers like Hawkeye and Black Widow. Whereas this one, you had, okay, here's Superman's origin story for the umpteenth time, Justice League.
Yeah.
Batman's parents are dead, but don't you
Dun, dun.
understand? They're still dead.
Yeah, that was about like 30 minutes of wasted footage in that movie. How many times they revisited that?
It's really weird. The one thing they don't need to keep reminding people is that Batman's parents are dead. What they could do is they could use that time to give us the backstory of one of the other characters. Like one of
Yeah.
the characters that we were seeing
Right,
for like one of the first times.
I don't know, maybe one of the new characters that you've never seen on screen. I don't know, a certain lady in that movie. Just saying.
Yeah, but she's got her own movie, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
I
Well,
know,
she
but
gets
still,
her own
it's just one of
movie.
those things
Yeah, but so
where
is
it's
Batman.
like she's the only person in there that should have an origin story. We've had like 3 different reboots of the other 2 characters. We understand where they came from.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, if you watch this movie, you walk out and you have no idea what Wonder Woman is. If you're
Yeah.
not a comic fan, like
Does she
You
just
have
show
no-
up in the movie? Does she just like appear out of nowhere?
basically,
No,
she's
she's
at
in
a
it
party.
for
She's
she's
at a
in the
different
party.
party, and then she's at a fight scene.
Isn't that the literal
No,
the
she's
time
also
in
on
the
a plane.
trailer?
Yeah,
Isn't
she
the
walks
time
off
in
a
the
plane.
And then
trailer
she's in the
literally
fight
the
scene.
only time she's ever in costume?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fight. Yeah, She just shows up in the costume in the fight scene, like says like 3 words to like Superman, and they fight Doomsday, and then stuff happens, and then she's at the funeral.
Yeah.
The end.
And then
Actually,
Batman and Batman of all people is like, we need to form a team.
We're gonna find all these people with powers who probably want to stay hidden, and we're gonna make them fight. If they don't want to
Right.
So
fight,
it's gonna be like Mortal Kombat.
basically.
Well, Injustice: Gods Among Us is part of the 14 million stories that they shoved into Batman versus Superman. So
That
you
is
know,
true. I'm still reading
Sure.
that. I have to catch up, but I am still reading that series.
See, DC also needs to realize that they have really good TV shows, and they should bring some of the characters from the TV show into the big screen. But I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to recast everyone for the big screen.
Maybe
Yeah,
they should
the-
just do
Silly.
TV movies.
yeah.
Which
see
seems
that.
silly.
But see, therein lies where I think Marvel made it right, to where they incorporated the movies to their TV show, and you know it's still all like one universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like Daredevil, was it January Jones?
Jessica
Luke
Jones, you're
Cage,
really close.
Jessica Jones. Thank you.
It was a J.
The actress January Jones.
I don't have Netflix. I didn't see it.
It's
But,
really
like,
good
Luke
if you
Ca-
ever do see it.
But like Luke Cage, Agents of Shield, all the movies,
Agent
they're
Carter.
all in the same universe. Yes, and Agent Carter.
I just watched the second season of that. It was great.
It's all in the same. It's all in the same universe where you have DC. It's like, okay, the movies are here, the TV show is here, and you already have like half of the established characters that are in the movies in the TV shows, but we're not using them, and it's like, that's stupid. Bring it in, because
And the
I
problem
mean,
with-
you already have Supergirl, you have
Yeah.
Green Arrow, you have the Flash, you have James Gordon, you know.
Yeah, Gotham. You forget about Gotham though. Gotham's DC because that is like way disconnected.
Yeah.
That Gotham show takes place in a little bubble, like in just
Yeah, it's
nowhere.
like it's in like the 90s or something. Because they got like flip phones and old cars and stuff.
It's so weird.
But-
I never
you know-
like figured out the what year that's meant to be based in.
After watching, me and my wife, we were trying to figure this out in the first season. I think it's supposed to be like the mid to early 90s or so, because they have like decent cell phones, but they're also driving like, you know, Fords from like the 80s. So
Yeah, it's a bit all over the place.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
just poor.
they're just poor. But you know,
The
and it's the funny thing with Gotham. I think because a lot of people, it's also a hit or miss with that. I think they kind of jumped the gun with starting it off with the Thomas and Martha Wayne murders. They should have done that like season like 3 or something like that. Because truth be told, I love Gotham. I hate the Bruce Wayne story arc because he's
Yeah.
such a whiny little bitch.
But
Emo
imagine,
Batman.
He never
Imagine-
changes. I keep telling people this. He's still whiny. He just does it in a deeper voice.
that's why he does the deeper voice.
It sounds less whiny.
But imagine if they did a Batman media where his parents are characters and not a plot device.
Exactly. Like you could have made it seem like, because I mean, you know, not really spoiler since, you know, season 1 has been so long ago, but like it starts with the Wayne killings. It's like, okay, I have no connection to these people who just got shot. Whereas
Right.
if you built them up like,
And
you
now
know,
this boy or girl
Yeah.
is whining.
and now this, yeah, now we got to listen to this whiny kid complain for like, you know, until the end of the series. But like, if you'd started it off with, okay, Gordon gets to Gotham, he's going to try and start cleaning things up and everything. Oh, he befriends Thomas and Martha Wayne. Oh, look at that. This is how the characters interact. Blah blah blah. Season 3, or you know, season 2 or season 3 opener or season 2 closer. The Wayne killings. There you go.
Well, the thing
Now
really
I
interesting
feel for
about that
these.
is because, like anytime watching like prequels to stuff, when you know things happen to the characters that are on screen, you're like, at some point you're gonna die, and I really like you, and I know that you're gonna die, and this sucks. It's like
me-
Red
And then
vs.
Heather's
Blue
sad.
season 10.
To me, the
Yeah, but I mean, like, I know if
Like, you're all dead.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know they're gonna die, but you can still, like, feel the pain of it. Like, you could still watch and hope
Oh, I know.
maybe they
I'm saying
won't
it's a
kill
good
them.
thing. It's a good thing. It's not like
Yeah.
it's just like when you're like, I know you're gonna die, but now I have to get to know you. Awesome.
See, I actually have that problem with I had this problem with Flash this year because the first episode,
Sorry.
of Arrow, they do that flash
Not Gordon.
forward to basically where the shows will end this season.
Mhm.
And you get Flash runs on screen, and it's like talking to Oliver. So immediately you know nothing bad is going to happen to these two characters for their entire season. And showing that in the first episode is just kind of takes away a bit of the investment. Especially because there's like 3 or 4 Flash episodes in this season where they're like, oh, he may never run again. Yeah, he will. We've seen the future.
We've
don't
seen
get
him.
invested
Change.
in It's the problem with Flash forwards. You show something that's going to happen, and then
Flash-forwards.
there's no drama before that's going to make any sense.
I've never seen a flash forward. I feel I've always seen flashbacks. Well, depends. Actually, I lied. I just
on the
watched
show.
Fringe, so I saw a lot of
Why
flash
do you lie,
forwards.
Heather?
I was gonna say there were a lot of flash forwards on Smallville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Am I like the only one who watched that one?
Apparently.
wa-
Yeah, I did not
I
watch it.
watched. I watched it. I just got to a point where like it was really hard to continue watching it. It's like
Also, I looked it up. Griever, to answer your question about Gotham, it's not set in any of our time periods. They take a lot of different aspects from each time period and merge them into one to create their own world.
Dun dun.
That is so stupid.
It's an interesting idea, but not for like a comic book thing where it's supposed to be modern day.
Exactly.
See, now
That'd be
I
kind
tried
of cool for anything that's like, like trying to be like a different world outside of ours, but like Gotham was always supposed to be like inside of our world, so see where they're going, but not with this one. Maybe like if they did it for like Metropolis or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is Metropolis across the river.
pretty
technically.
much. It's just a stone's throw away.
Oh, not Metropolis. Whatever. I'm so bad with cities. The whatever
Heather can't talk today. Still.
another planet thing is. Update.
Another planet. Sure.
It's fine.
That's DC Earth unknown year.
See, at this point, in terms of DC movies and TV show, they've basically got 3 different universes set up, or 4? Yeah, 4. Because there's the Gotham universe, the Supergirl universe, the Arrow Flash universe, and then the movie universe.
Well, actually, they're gonna bring Supergirl from the CBS series onto Flash and Arrow in part of a story arc. So
They did do that.
Yeah,
but
so
the
all
way
3
they
of
did
those
that,
are going to be linked together.
Yeah, but they still established that as being basically it's like Flash travels to a different universe because if he runs
Oh.
fast enough, he could do that. So it
What?
fully establishes.
Oh,
It-
okay.
I
Oh,
don't
that's how
understand
they
the
did
science
that
of
then.
So it like fully establishes that they're completely different universes, but they just
Oh,
find a
okay.
reason to get Flash into this one, which in a weird way makes it even weirder now that they're gonna make it. They're gonna be like, oh, he can't come into the TV universe. Impossible. You've established that Flash has the power to travel to different universes. Why can't he run up and go talk to Batman while he sleeps?
Because they want to recast him.
Well, that's a little weird. What if he ran in there and
So-
talked to Batman while he was asleep?
It happens.
Batman!
That's kind of
You awake?
stalkery, stalkerish.
I have to
Bruce
tell you
is so
about
pretty
Lois.
when
What
he
are you
sleeps.
thinking about?
Come find us one day. Bye.
Oh,
I'm
and that was
from the
another thing that
future.
annoyed me about going back to Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel. That was the other thing that annoyed me. Everyone freaking knew he was Clark Kent.
Everyone knew everyone was everyone. Secret
it's the glasses,
identities
man. Just put those
are
glasses
just
on. No one knows
gone.
who you are.
No, even with that, like out in the middle of a field while he's in full Superman garb, Amy Adams as Lois Lane is screaming across the field, "Clark!" Like, thanks.
Nice.
It's like no wonder my mum gets kidnapped. She probably put this on Facebook. Like Superman
Sad
saves the
sentiment.
day, shares, I love my Clark. Hashtag secret.
Hashtag don't tell anyone.
Bruce Wayne
Hashtag
likes
secret
this.
identity.
Or does he?
That's annoying because secret identities do seem to be more of a DC thing than a Marvel thing.
I mean,
Like, 'cause
Spider-Man's the big one that comes to my mind, so
yes, that's the few. This is like the whole no kidding thing, secret identity thing. That's a lot more of a DC thing. I feel like every single Marvel hero that they've established has been shown to kill people, but it still doesn't seem like a big deal for them.
Has
But then you get
Spider-Man?
not Spider-Man. Well, I mean the ones that have been shown on screen so far.
All right.
Like pretty much Iron Man shoots every terrorist he can. Captain America
Mhm.
fought in a war. Thor basically hits things with a giant hammer, and a lot of those things do die.
That is true. That is
Black
true.
Widow
and
and
I'm
Hawkeye are
downright
assassins.
amazed at what
Yeah.
I can destroy with just a hammer.
But then like DC has the thing like their heroes have like the secret identity. These heroes have the do things our way, don't kill, don't do what the villains do and all that. And all of that has been stripped away from them for the movies. And that's a big part of their character.
Yeah, that is true.
There was a point I just saw this this screenshot of this comic thing from it's the Flash and like I don't know, he had switched bodies with Lex Luthor or something like that. And he goes, now to figure out his secret identity. And he pulls the mask off. He goes, I have no idea who that is.
Oh, that was from an episode of Justice League.
That one. That was
Was it?
fucking hilarious.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I started laughing.
He's
He
in,
just pulls
he's
the
in the
mask off. He
bathroom.
was like,
He's
I have no idea
now
who
to see
this
who the
is.
Flash is. And he's like staring at the mirror for like 10 seconds. He goes, I have no idea who this is. And pulls the mask back down.
It was my favorite screenshot. I'm like, that's great.
Damn it.
So our general consensus is that DC will
Is it-
ever make a good movie.
Well,
The problem,
if they
The
they're,
Dark
they're
Knight
trying
was good.
too hard now. They weren't trying before.
Yeah,
and
they're
now they're not
they're
trying
trying
as
a little
hard.
too hard now.
They're not now like they don't want to be patient about it. They're like, let's do it now. We have to catch the Marvel. Do it all now. Basically.
what they basically need to do is they need to stop letting Zack Snyder pick up comic books and say, I want to make this a movie.
Exactly.
It's this, then this, then this. And basically just 3 comic books with like certain pages ripped out. It's like, we do that bit, we do that bit, we do that bit, Superman dead, good. Like, I don't know if that's a good movie.
Yeah, that's why I said. Yeah, that's why Zack Snyder just no, Zach. It's okay. You don't have to anymore.
What else did Zack Snyder do other than Watchmen?
300
Hated that movie.
and Sucker Punch.
Ugh.
You know what? I went into Sucker Punch expecting a really weird like movie.
too dark.
Well, it's because you had your sunglasses on. Okay.
That's what happens when you see in 3D.
I
Yeah,
like 300.
Yeah,
did
I
like
was probably with you on that, Craig, with Sucker Punch. Like, I remember seeing the trailers for it and like, oh my god, this is gonna be like a live action anime. This is great. And then I found out it's just about a girl who's like batshit insane. It's like, oh,
Yes, that's pretty much what it was.
It's also another one of those movies where at the end of the day the protagonist still loses.
yeah.
I hate movies like that. They spend all this time showing you this character, you follow this this person's story, you want this person to succeed, and in the end they lose. It's like The Wicker Man. The Wicker Man sucks. You see all this thing. You've got Nicolas Cage screaming, doing this thing. End of the day, he gets his legs broken. He gets bees put in his face, and he gets burnt alive.
Not the
Spoiler.
bees! Not the bees!
But it's Nicolas Cage, so it's fine. You kind of want to see him die, right?
Yeah.
See, it
Did
makes
you-
you want to see it even more.
Did you guys see that James Cameron announced that they're making 4 more Avatar movies?
He's making them all
Uh.
at once.
Jesus Christ.
Is it bad that I don't even care a little bit?
You know,
I didn't care about the first one.
I
The
saw
first one was
pilot.
pretty, but there's
was
no
pretty.
reason to rewatch it.
No, because it's the story of Pocahontas, really. It's really all-
Listen.
Or
Listen, my kids have been watching Avatar on Sprout all week. It's called Fern Gully.
there you go, Ferngully. That's the other one I was thinking of.
Yeah, but I saw it I saw it at home, and I was like, all right, this wasn't bad. I don't know
Avatar-
why it made so much money.
Well, you're like sitting there, you're like, it's pretty, and then you move on. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see that. That's like a good like test to see if story really matters when you're watching a visual representation of a story.
True.
So apparently it does matter a little bit because everyone's like, yeah, it's cool. Now we're over it because I don't think they did much in DVD sales.
I don't think so. I think most of its profits all came from the theater. Because
Yeah,
seeing it in the
so-
theater was, wow, that looks impressive, really big. And then you go home and watch it on TV and I'm like, yeah, it's not that impressive now.
The first time I ever saw trailers for Avatar, it was like they would have like the close up of the mountain and like the hover planes coming in. I'm like, is that Halo? And then it wasn't Halo.
One day.
Because it looked like they had hornets.
I think that's what I thought too the first time I saw it. I'm like, oh my god, is this Halo? No,
Like that's really
a-
pretty.
that's a really-
Oh.
that's a really blue person.
Also,
That's the
I
thing
feel
from
like
the Matrix. Okay, I've lost interest.
it's been so long since the first Avatar movie that
Exactly.
people aren't really looking. That isn't really anything on people's list. Like they're not saying my most anticipated film is the next Avatar movie. Nobody was invested in that movie as a franchise. They just watched it like, oh, that's pretty, that's nice. Movie over. I'll maybe come and see it again in super 3D.
Yeah,
Give
then
James
go
Cameron more money.
Just move on with your life.
It's also he's waited way too long to like try and continue this story. He might as
The second one
That
at
is-
least is gonna do good. I don't know about the rest of them, but I know the second one's probably gonna do good. But in like theaters and stuff.
I
Well,
mean,
That's just how
slowly.
it's gonna work. But I don't think.
it's probably going to make some money, but I mean, you're running into the risk of like, I wouldn't even say like, Star Wars prequel areas where it's like
Yeah.
people wanted it, but they weren't really asking for it.
The
You're
prequels
most
ran
probably
into that they explain too much. Is that what's wrong with
That-
prequels?
That too,
Oh.
but it's most probably going to run more into the issue of what is it? The Matrix sequels, where the first one was a good standalone movie, and then
That's
they
exactly
decided,
what-
all right, well,
That's
sorry, go ahead,
exactly
Jim.
what Avatar and its sequels are going to be. It's going to be the new generation of the Matrix movies.
yeah, like the first one was a good standalone movie, and then they're going to try and continue it along, and it's going to be like, why? And then it's going to be, well, I got to figure out how it ends.
I'll
Yeah.
say it's just like a wrapped up in a tiny pretty bow ending that they made because they did, Pocahontas and shit. And so they're like,
Basically,
but we
yeah.
could continue it. Maybe if they did different
It's-
characters or something, that'd be different. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's definitely one of those movies where it's got that kind of feeling where like they had it prepared, so if the movie did badly and it bombed, that could be it. But they left the
Mhm.
little seed so they could continue it if it did good. Like they gave
It's like the
themselves a
weird
safety net.
It's like the weird thing for like Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man. They always like give him an out for some reason in every movie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And even
So if
like
Robert
TV,
Downey Jr. is
even
done,
TV shows do
that's
that.
great. But if he wants to continue, he's back.
Which is weird because Robert Downey Jr. is super into it, so I don't know what they're worried about.
It's like you'd
Yep.
always be Iron Man.
Though I heard, what's his name? Captain America.
Chris
That's
Evans?
his real name. Yeah, apparently he's done acting once he's out of his Marvel contract.
Yeah, because he said he wants to try and move into like directing and stuff like that. Which I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, that's
hey, if
fair.
he wants to do that, that's fine.
Everyone
Well,
forgets
you
he
know-
was the Human Torch.
I don't.
You want
But
to.
Also,
You
those
should.
movies weren't the greatest. I actually enjoyed them, but They weren't great. Speaking of that, did anyone see the new
No.
Fantastic Four? Because I
No.
didn't, and I've heard
Jamie
really
said
bad things
no.
about it.
No.
I heard they
The
had 3
director
sets.
even said, "God, this is a god awful piece of shit," and he
Wow.
made
He
it.
directed it.
He directed
I-
it and said, "This is a god awful piece of shit."
Basically, the director It's like he drove a train, crashed it into a building, killed all these people, and then got out and said, "This is the train's fault."
Yeah, kind of.
You have a way with analogies there, Jamie.
It's like he gets off the train, it's on fire, it's tipped upside down, everything. He's got a bottle of champagne in one hand, and he just points at the wheels and goes, "They weren't right. I had a dream that I was going to drive this train perfectly, but then the engineers came along, put some wheels on it, and that was it. I crashed it into a building. Their fault, not mine. I directed Chronicles."
Actually, did you hear what Joss Whedon just said recently?
What?
Yeah, he's had time to like repair after he was basically exhausted himself on Age of Ultron, and basically at the time he was just saying that he was done with Marvel because it was just too much.
It's okay,
for him
Marvel
and stuff
apparently
like
is
that.
done with him.
Yeah,
He's not directing the next
blames
Avengers.
himself for like Age of Ultron not being what everyone was hoping it would be.
But to be
Well,
fair,
he said that they were gonna take Hawkeye's farm out if he didn't put something in, and I was like, was Hawkeye's farm that important?
Well, apparently.
It was not that important. I'm sorry.
I think it was nice for the character.
It was
Give the
nice for the character, but it wasn't that important in the narrative that they were playing at that point.
If Hawkeye was a more interesting character, that would have been great for his own movie. But since Hawkeye's not a character that's ever really going to get his own movie, it was saying,
Hawkeye's the best character. He's my favorite. I don't know if you understand that. But he's also
course.
not that Hawkeye-ish in the
like-
movies, unfortunately.
So what would make him more Hawkeye-ish for you?
I don't know, being annoyingly and constantly does not stop talking. That'd be cool.
bit headstrong.
They should go watch Earth's Mightiest Heroes because they pegged all the characters on there.
In the movies, he's a little bit more lone wolf than he should be.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's not
He feels
Stark
like-
either.
It's like if you watch the a bit in Age of Ultron, like where they're all drinking and they're like joking about the hammer. He has a couple of like really Hawkeye-ish moments in that bit,
hmm
and that's great. But maybe you just think maybe this guy should just be drinking all the time.
So it's like
Is that-
he gets real close, but then he doesn't quite make it because I feel like they have him tone it down for some reason.
Yes, snarky comments. The bit where he like does that, where he just jokes about shooting Quicksilver and blaming it on Ultron.
Yeah, that was
I
great.
That's
love
pretty
that
funny.
part.
That's pretty Hawkeye.
I love that. I love that part.
Yeah.
No one will know.
Well, my favorite thing
One
in
shot.
Age of Ultron, my favorite thing in like Earth's Mightiest Heroes is like the dynamic between Black Panther and Hawkeye, because Black Panther has that dry sense of humor where you can't figure out if he's fucking with you or not.
Yeah.
So him and Hawkeye together he's always terrifying the shit out of Hawkeye because he's like, don't eat that, that's poisonous. And then he walks away and Hawkeye's like, well, I already ate it, what do I do now? And then he's just fucking with him. And I love it. It's my favorite thing.
Favorite thing ever?
Yes!
I fully believe that the best Incredible Hulk sequel would be if they adapted the Gamma World story from Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Like it's saying, it was pretty early on. It was just like the leader like infects basically most of the Avengers with Gamma and mutates them. That'd be a pretty
And then-
cool Hulk movie.
And then Hawkeye's chasing after Black Widow because Black Widow is what she usually is, and you can never figure out if she's on your side or not.
Black Widow's
But,
basically here and there. She like
yeah,
shows
but
up.
I mean, she's
disappears.
usually on your side, but she's always double agenting against someone else, so you can never figure out whose side she's on. But he's chasing after her, and basically he has her like tied up in the back of his hover scooter thing that he has, and he sees that the Gamma World thing exploded, and everyone else is Gamma, and he's out there going, he's like, I should probably go get Hulk. And he's like, you stay here. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna work. And so he goes to Hulk and tells him that he has to help him, and he's yelling at Hulk. But like, my favorite thing is the way he gets Hulk to turn back into Bruce Banner is he just makes him laugh really fucking hard. Because he's such a puny asshole trying to like yell at Hulk to make him turn back into Bruce Banner.
Huh.
It's a good TV series if anyone. It's not on Netflix anymore, and I'm really sad. But it's a good TV series.
It's not on Netflix anymore?
No!
Oh my
I'm
god.
really upset.
My favorite thing about that show was it was basically an Avengers show, but they still could really pull off like just single character episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was like the occasional episode where it'd just be Thor in Asgard, and it would just be him doing a bit of an adventure, and it would still work. It'd still be enjoyable.
Yeah, my favorite thing too is sometimes they just wouldn't have characters in the episode for some reason or something like that, and they're like, yeah, he's just not here today. It's fine.
It's like,
Just day off.
Vision's asleep.
Yeah, he's lost. We don't know where he went. They also, I wish they had more of Thor getting confused by human technology, because that was my most entertainment thing in the cartoon. Because Jarvis was the computer, and so he was talking throughout the house to people. And Thor's like, the house is talking to me. It's quite disconcerting.
Oh, just who has Netflix?
I do
Other
not.
than me?
Yeah.
Do.
You don't? You guys do?
Yeah.
Is it you just have the streaming one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the price of it's going up
Awesome.
soon.
Hopefully that means
taking shit off.
Hopefully that means the price of the quality of stuff
Oh.
on there will go up.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Cause like a lot of stuff got taken off. Man, How It's Made was the best show on there. Took it off. I'm so upset.
That was a good show.
I love how it's made.
Great show. It's fun to watch. It's a good unwinding show for the day. It was very calm.
Just like this podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As I yell about things.
Because regardless of whatever they're making, they usually always make it interesting. It's like they're making a drumstick, but then you see like the science behind it, and it's like, making it sure it's just the right length with just the right weight in the front so that it's perfectly balanced. And it's like, wow, I thought they just put it on a blade and just went, shh, done.
It's fun to always see how much like how people are in that like process, because sometimes you actually need people to do stuff, and sometimes it's all automated.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I always enjoy doing is trying to see if you can figure out if it's an American-made product or Canadian-made product. Because most of it's filmed in Canada, so you can kind of see like obviously the different brand names when they actually do show them. But then you got to figure out like, okay, is this Canadian or is it like French Canadian? Oh, is this American type of thing? So, yeah. Although I found something that was not really upsetting, but a little disappointing. One day I was watching it. I forgot what they were making. I think it was like a fabric or like a sheet of vinyl or something like that. And they were using a spectrophotometer to do the color measurement on it, which is what the company I work for build, and they were using one of our competitor devices. And I was like, man.
Oh. That's sad.
It did. It made me a little sad. I was watching. I'm like, because they said, and they checked the measurements using a color spectrophotometer. I'm like, I know what that is. We make those. And then I see it on TV. I'm like, that's not ours.
Oh. You hear the sad trombone noise.
Yeah. I was sitting on my couch like sad Keanu going,
oh. Well, is it more sad Keanu or is it more like sad Batflick?
Ooh. No, I think it would be more sad Keanu because my head was down a little bit more.
Is Batman allowed to be sad?
He's allowed to be sad. He just can't put his head too far down because he gets stuck.
Yeah, that the costume, like he can't move his head.
So Alfred,
Yeah.
my neck's
You know,
stiff.
they solved that in The Dark Knight. They finally made a costume that you could turn the head on, and then they completely fucked it up again.
It's like Batman Begins. His like suit's so like chunky that he's just like you could see him struggle. And then by the second one, they managed to do that, but for some reason it must have been doing something to his throat because, my God, that guy was no longer talking.
No.
It was like he was being strangled the whole time.
Hey, whatever you're into, I guess. I don't know. It's up to him to decide.
My favorite thing about that trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy,
Hmm.
is whichever one it is where Michael Caine is Alfred just starts talking about the time that he just murdered a bunch of people.
Right?
Like,
I was like,
we we killed them all. We did. We burnt them down to the ground.
Oh, yeah, that was in The Dark Knight.
It's like, so I'm justifying your actions. I'm like, but that doesn't mean your actions were right. What?
That just means you don't fuck with Alfred, really. So that's what it means.
Apparently, burn your village to the ground, murder your children.
It's like, oh, I'm off now. I'll be in France. If you're ever there, just wave to me. Just nod, and I'll
Don't
know.
make eye contact.
Imagine if Bruce Wayne had been kidnapped or something, and he was trying to gesture to Alfred, like, help me, and Alfred just smiles and walks away. It's like, Alfred!
Alfred, no, come over here. Come over here. Come over here.
And
What
then,
are you
like,
doing, Wayne? Nothing.
Why are you waving
It's
so
like he was
much?
just- and he was with Selena Kyle, but as soon as Alfred walks away, it turns into Clayface, and he's just like, oh shit. I didn't expect to see you here. Do you know that Clayface is probably the most memorable Batman villain that is yet to be in a movie?
It was a video game.
Yeah.
It was a video game?
Yeah,
He was in the
Arkham City.
the silly
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that one.
Oh, I never finished that one. I got
Yeah,
too,
it's kind of a little. The ending's a little dumb.
I got too aggravated trying to find damn Joker things on the map and just
Oh,
like, you know what? I'll just play GTA if I want to run around a city. I just
you know what? Fuck it.
yeah.
The Arkham games do a good job at like having a grounded, realistic Batman movie or Batman video games, but yet still being able to include all the wacky villains.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
second one was weird to me. I didn't like Arkham City, but I like Arkham Asylum a lot.
Enjoyed.
That was amazing.
I enjoyed Arkham City actually a lot more than Arkham Asylum. I mean, I liked Arkham Asylum, but for some reason, it just seemed too dark for me. Like, I literally played more than 70% of that game with detective mode on, just so I could see where the hell I was going.
I played most of that game with detective mode on because I don't know why you would play it without detective mode on. There was
Pretty
no
much, it's the
inclination.
always cheating mode on. Really, it's all it was.
Right? I was like, why? This is like they need like a timer or something so I can actually realize what this world looks like.
It has to charge or something. It's always on.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
because I never actually knew what the actual world looked like because I never played without detective mode.
Isn't also
Yeah, I
Arkham
mean-
Asylum a lot more of a contained game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yes,
it all takes
it's
place on
all in the
Arkham
asylum.
Island.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like all more structured, like go here, move along.
Yeah.
No, not a lot of
Because
It
that
has
was-
around.
really
Well,
'Cause
I
that
mean,
was also
the Batman Arkham City was go here still. It wasn't like
Yeah.
bigger.
But
It
it
was
was
go
like
here, go here,
it
but
had a
also
little bit more openness
see
to
the
it. Plus, when you grapple up to a gargoyle on a building, it makes sense rather than I grappled up to a gargoyle in the hospital.
I
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah, that's fair. I the parts with the what the fuck's his face? What's his face?
Wow.
Scarecrow.
That part was
is
freaky.
actually creeped me out a lot, which was,
That was-
impressive because I don't usually get creeped out too easily.
That
Yeah,
was one
Scarecrow
of
was
the more freaky
really good in
moments
that
in the
one.
game.
we need a Batman movie where they get a proper like Scarecrow like that kind of
Mm.
like an unhinged like just to basically wants to fuck with Batman's head Scarecrow.
Yeah, like if you take Scarecrow from like Arkham Knight, that would make for a good Batman villain.
Like, They should literally get the voice actor for that to be Scarecrow in a Batman movie.
What, from Arkham Knight?
Yeah,
He's kind of old. Because the guy who,
yeah, but
If
wouldn't that
I
make
am-
sense? This is like
I
'cause
mean,
the-
he has a mask
it's a-
on half the time.
it's a
Does it
40-year-old
matter if he's
Batman.
old?
yeah. Well, was it? Did anyone watch Sleepy Hollow?
Yes.
Okay,
No, the TV show or the movie?
the TV show.
I have not seen the TV show. Sorry.
Okay. Damn, now I gotta look up his name. Because I can't
My
think of
bad.
it. I was just gonna say he's in there, but
Oh, John Noble, I think.
I think that's him.
It's not that old. I think I would like the idea of if they do a Batman movie, because it's like a Batman where they've already set him up. He's been around for like 40 years. To have a villain
Yes, you are right, Jamie. It is John Noble.
to have the
Yeah,
idea
'cause
of
he
a
was
villain.
also in Fringe and Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. So, but I mean, like, he also plays Sherlock's dad on Elementary now. So it's like the voice
and-
is there. The voice is good, but I don't know if he would be able to do the part physically. That would be my
know.
thing.
The thing with Scarecrow is he's not really a fighty villain. Like, if
So
you
he
think
just
of him in
stands there and stares at you. And
Basically-
becomes very large.
Scarecrow in
Wow.
Arkham Knight's basically got a leg that's been eaten alive by the Killer Croc, and he's just like limping around.
Yeah.
See
Like,
that? And
if you had that-
then he, then he then he turns into the Tiny Tim of Batman.
Nice. Is he poor and an orphan?
Yes.
Oh, that's Batman. Never mind. That's the poor part.
Everyone's an orphan. All the parents are dead.
They're all orphans.
Apparently.
Gotham's just a town of orphans, and that's how it is now.
It's just a
My
giant
parents are
orphanage.
dead.
But
That's the
I
secret
think
to it.
so I
Speaking
think
of
we should let
orphans-
the orphans listening to this podcast.
Oh, there we go.
Get back to doing whatever it is they do. We don't
Only
know
the
what they
clean
do.
orphans, though. Everyone else here is
They should
stuck.
be cleaning my cellar.
Wow. There you go. There you
Wow,
go.
Jamie, good lord.
Well, I didn't know. I
I
didn't
let
know you
them
had
drink the
cellars.
wine.
Well, there you need a
No, that's a
wine
good.
cellar.
Well, that is very kind of you. Let them drink away their sorrows.
That's right.
It turns them into donkeys.
And on that note,
Yes. Well, guys,
Guys?
thank you for joining me tonight. Heather, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Jamie, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Griever, and thank you, sir.
You're quite welcome.
Remember, you can find all of our stuff on teamdeba.blogspot.com. You'll find links there for iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube. We have a plethora of YouTube videos. Most of them were made by Sir Charles. He's a very entertaining fellow with videos from various other people. And don't forget to check out No Scope Gaming Glasses. I have a pair. Charlie has a pair. They have helped with eye strain. Just coming from us using them. So, we're not getting paid, to say this, but they've worked for us. So check them out. And we will let you get back to doing what you're doing. Thank you. This has been the official Team D.B.A.H podcast number 137. Good night.